All right. That's why I'm making this video. 80% of men have become crybabies, and 20% of men need to be aware. Okay, beware. Beware of this, and be aware of it too. All right, because you don't want to become associated with that. That's where the channel's going right now. The channels. We're moving away from me trying to explain these things to people, and me just making a statement and telling you what's going on. And if you're a 20% guy, like I was telling, I think it was Haddonfield or Hancock that one time you wrote me a comment saying you was finally starting to understand. I was like, look, stuff on this channel, it ain't gonna work for the 80%. It's only gonna work for 20% guys. All right. So we're gonna get into this real quick because we ain't gonna go over. I'm gonna go over basically what this was gonna happen. I'm gonna go over why these guys sound like crybabies and women. I'm gonna go over that, and I'm gonna go over like three. They got like three talking points from like Red Pill, MGTOW, Manosphere, Pickup Artist area that sound crazy to women, and I'm gonna explain how it sounds crazy. Okay.
We can't wait to hear you say it. And what's more, fellas, what we have right here is a wannabe male feminist dating coach. And yes, before you ask, this is how I know. What's more, notice how you claiming that how feminists saved men. How exactly? Wait a second. So basically, what he's trying to say is the same feminists that wants not what I'm saying. The same feminists who wants men to die and male babies aborted is the same feminism that saved men. Can this male feminist make that make sense? And by the way, heads up, he's gonna call us crybabies while at the same time crying and bitching about us. Make that logic make sense. But now, before I begin, yep, it's me again. He hate us. This is why he gives a fuck about us at the same time. I am your host, JD Miles. The MGTOW, this male feminist dating coach loves to hate. Even the ones that claim everybody loves to hate them, loves to hate MGTOW at the same time. And look who got us, and look who's making us relevant to this day. And yeah, I am back again. But let's hear this male feminist dating coach who wants to give us losers relevance and attention has to say.
So y'all sit back and let's get into it, all right? Now, like I'm saying, this right here ain't about it's about telling the guys, the 20% guys, the guys who not trying to be part of the garbage, it's about telling them how to avoid it and why they should. You can get caught up with the 80% guys.
And notice how he's trying so hard to try to make himself a 20%er. Anyone could claim anything. Uncle JD will say this again. Anyone could claim anything. But how do we know for a fact that he's a 20%er while he's trying to shame and ad hominem attack that 80%? More importantly, what makes him believe that any man in Manosphere is not a 20%er? But I'm guessing he's going to explain that too. But let's continue.
See, that's a problem. See, now, guys, you got to understand this. Some things that guys complain about is this right here, is that you got women that are good, but they look like the rest of them, so you can't really tell the difference. And that's what I'm trying to tell guys about right here. You can look and sound like these guys, too. You might be different from them, but if you mess around with these little few three things we're finna go over right now, you're going to sound just like them, and you don't need to do that, right?
And okay, so please explain why the fellas should be just like you then. No. We're all ears here. Why should the fellas be like you? Let's continue.
So I'm explaining why these guys sound like crybabies to women, all right? You got the Red Pill, Manosphere, MGTOW, pickup artist group of this thing, which I just really put all them in the Manosphere. Red Pill, MGTOW, pickup artist, Black Pill, Green Pill, whatever pill. All the guys who are labeling themselves in some type of way, I put them all in the same group, which is Manosphere stuff.
Just like how we're going to put you in the male feminist dating coach category as well. That's right, we got a group for you too. But let's continue.
That's what I do. All right. Here's why they sound like crybabies, guys. We're going to go over these 3 points right here. All right. One of their main talking points is that they complaining, number one, but they complaining the whole time. I'm going to explain that. They complain that men are not getting sex, all right? Because you got a big group of men that's not getting sex, right?
Now notice how he's gonna throw the baby out with the wash. He's gonna make a big generalization as if all the red pills, all the pickup artists, all the MGTOWs, all of the manosphere is complaining about men not having sex. Fellas, me being a MGTOW, have I ever made any videos complaining about men not having sex? No. Have I seen videos of men complaining about other men not having sex? No. I wonder where is this retarded fuck shit coming from? But let's continue.
Women. Then at the same continuous point right there, they're complaining that some men are getting too much sex, they're getting too much access to women. So see, guys, you got to understand when you're talking to women, it's got to be a one or the other thing. So it's either it's good or it's bad. And in this situation, they're not saying either one. Because basically,
and you're not saying anything at all. What you're trying to do is you're trying to make up this retarded fuck ass argument, thinking that if I sit here and say that these groups of the manosphere, they complain about men not having sex or men having too much sex, then I have an argument. The only problem is where. And for the record, let's break down those three groups here, especially two of the three. The pickup artists, they having a whole lot of sex to the point where they don't even care. They don't even care whether the next man gets sex or not. So they really don't give a fuck. And the MGTOWs, we just want to be left alone. We want to do our own goddamn thing. We don't give a fuck what the next person is doing. So where is this retarded fuck shit coming from? You male feminist mangina? Let's continue.
if you look at it from the point of view of shit, if you're just a regular person, you're looking at it like, well, okay, where do you fit at? Because if you're complaining about it, you must be one of the guys who's not getting any, and at that point, they ain't gonna be worried about you.
And you know who else not getting sex either? The ones who are so concerned about whether or not the next man is getting sex or not getting sex. Oh, did I fail to mention that's the vast majority right there? That's not getting sex at all? That's right. The vast majority of the men not getting sex are the men who are so concerned about whether other men is or isn't getting sex at all. And which of course this male feminist is telling himself about himself. Let's continue.
Because the guys who's getting some, they ain't gonna be mad. They ain't gonna be complaining about that shit. See how that works?
Exactly. Exactly. You're the one concerned about what other men is that other men getting or not getting sex at all. While the majority of us, we don't give a fuck. And for the record, some of us still do get sex. So I don't know where this argument come. I don't know where this argument came from. But let's continue.
They're making a two-pronged complaint, but all they're doing is showing their hand and showing who they are.
While you, on the other hand, complaining about their complaining. Make that make sense. Oh, I'm going to jump in front of my camera with my big microphone and complain about other men complaining. As if that right there is supposed to prove to the entire manosphere that you do get sex. in fact, why are you so concerned whether or not another man gets sex or not? That's the whole manosphere's question right there. Can this male feminist dating coach can answer that question? I doubt it. Let's continue.
All right. You really shouldn't be concerned about the guys that's getting too much because you should be one of them.
So why are you concerned? So why is you yourself concerned? Come on now. Let's use your own logic here. If they're not supposed to be concerned, then why are you concerned? Again, can the male feminist dating coach answer that question? Let's continue.
And the guys that ain't getting there, well, whatever they need to fix it by themselves. Some guy says easier said than done. No, it's not. There's 3 M's to getting women. All right? Muscles, money, mind. All right? Muscles. When I say muscles, and I got a video about this. Go check it out. When I say muscles, I'm talking about your appearance and stuff. Don't necessarily mean that you physically fit. Some women will be with a man just because he dressed well. All right? Then it's appearance. If they can stomach your appearance, then they worry about your money. And then if your money can go along with what they got, what they want, and they can handle your appearance, then they will worry about how you treat them. They'll worry about
spoken like a pickup artist. But wait, this male feminist has a problem with pickup artists, but look who sounds just like one. Make that make sense. And for the record, he thinking he's teaching these men in the manosphere this shit. But in actuality, what he's supposed to be teaching is already common knowledge. Fellas, do you need to be told to go to the gym, work out, and build muscles? No. Do you need to be told that you need to be told to make money and invest and invest wisely so that way your money can grow? No. Especially me. I'm in the 6-figure range, by the way. Do you need to be told all of this? No. This is common knowledge. Every man understands this for a fact. But the dating coach, the dating coach side of this male feminist, he believes that men need to be taught this shit. No, not the men that already knows this. And I hate to break this to this male feminist dating coach, but just about each and every man in the manosphere understands this this common knowledge right here. So basically, we don't need a male feminist mangina to teach us none of this or to lecture us on what it means to do these type of things in order to get women. But let's continue.
your mind or your mindset. That's why you see women in relationships so long with guys that then they finally be like, oh, he just wasn't treating me right. And you're like, well, he wasn't doing that from the beginning. No, he wasn't. But she was checking that list off the way that I'm telling y'all it gets checked. So they don't start thinking about that until the end.
So how come the majority of women having a hard time getting into relationships? Can this male feminist answer that question? And by the way, there are videos of women constantly complaining about why it's hard for them to get into relationships nowadays. But then again, that's a dating coach for you. Let's continue.
That group is complaining. Red Pill, MGTOW, Manosphere, whatever you want to call it. All these guys are making this complaint right here about, oh, well, these guys are getting too much. And
While you sitting here complaining your own goddamn self about them complaining. You, a male feminist, mangina dating coach, complaining about other men complaining. Very suspect. Let's continue.
these guys are not getting enough, and nobody cares about that. That's just the whole deal.
You care, sir. Other words, you wouldn't be crying like a baby right now over it. Let's continue.
The guys at the top definitely don't care about that. Like I just got done saying, that's why.
And you wonder why they don't care about it? You want to know why they don't care about it? Because they doing what they got to do, and this is the reason why they get in the results that they earn. But then again, why you ain't practicing what the top 20% is doing? And let me tell you something else about the top 20%. You think the top 20% cares about whether or not other men are getting it? Or are they concerned about them getting theirs? The answer is simple. The top 20% is going for theirs. They ain't sitting here worrying about other men. They ain't sitting here on camera whining and crying about other men getting it because they out there getting their own. They out there getting their keep. So this lets me know, right? So this right here lets me know straight off the jump that you're not part of the 20%. You just want to be part of the 20%. But let's continue.
I started doing the channel the way I do it, so you can't say the 80%. You can't.
And furthermore, you want to put percentages. You want to talk about percentages, but let's see your research here. Let's see your research here. Because last time I checked, I thought it was the top 10%. Yes, the top 10%. But according to this male feminist, he thinks it's the top 20%. So I know his statistics is off by 10. Oh, he thinks we don't be doing our research, huh? He's gonna learn today. But let's continue.
All right, here go another point they got. They tell you that man-made society. All right? But then they complain about the laws that men made in society. Let me give y'all a quick few facts, guys. One quick little fact. Fun fact. Women were not given the right to vote in America until 1920.
And the black population didn't get the right to vote until I believe either the 1950s, 1960s. So when you're trying to put all men in one circle, just know that not all men were equal. Not all of us were equal. In fact, the black population didn't get the right to vote until around the same year the women finally had their right to vote. So they both had their right to vote together. So so that argument fall flat on his back. But I guess he hasn't did his history well enough to even understand that fact. Let's continue.
Yep, 1920. They proposed that bill in 1919. It was ratified in 1920. Y'all can look that one up.
I don't have to. I know my history. The 19 not only women got their right to vote in the 1920s, but guess what? So did the black population, sir. That includes black men. So so that argument has been completely debunked. So let's hear your next argument. Let's continue.
So and we're now in 2024. So we're little about 104 years. Women been voting. So they definitely wasn't putting in they, and they're still voting junk like trying to get stuff like uh, abortion and stuff like that. So they ain't been voting long enough to do nothing.
And as y'all can also notice, he's trying to use female. This male feminist mangina is trying to use female talking points to try to go at the manosphere, and is failing miserably. Notice that his main focal point was, women were unable to vote until the 1920s, and guess what? Black folks, the black folks, they wasn't able to vote until the 1920s as well. Well, black men for once. So so what he's trying to do, he's trying to give us a history lesson, trying to give out half truths. As if, black men, y'all were able to vote before the women were able to vote, which of course that is blatantly false. So no, not all men were able to vote. Able to vote. Try that again. Let's continue.
So they didn't make any of those rules. Men made those rules in society. All those rules in society that we got right now.
Men made those rules, right? So when this male feminist mangina say men made those rules, is he speaking to all black? Is he speaking to all men as a whole, or a certain race of men? God damn it! You can't make this shit up. Let's continue.
That's what women are asking for equality. They're asking for more because men made all the rules. But you got guys who can't live by these rules.
Again, all men or a certain race of men? I swear to God, these male feminists always want to jump up like they got something to prove just to make themselves look like complete retards in the process. As if all men before 1920s were made equal. Let's continue.
We don't like the child support system. We don't like the marriage system. But all those things are built by men. But you're telling women in their face like, the mind game guy's bad at it. Men bit the world. Men bit the world. You women just live in it. Women ain't disagreeing with that, guys.
And this is the weakness of a male feminist. They think using female talking points to go at the red pill, go at the pickup artist, go at the MGTOW, go at the manosphere is somehow them beating the manosphere. When in actuality, all these male feminists is doing is showing everybody just how fucking feminine they sounding right now. Telling half truths. Oh, cherry picking their arguments, thinking that no one can refute the shit. But let's continue.
Yeah, that's why they're asking for a lot more. But what they're telling you is, hell, you're the type of guy who can't deal with it either. So what the hell should we want with you? You're gonna sound like a crybaby, whiny bitch to them, like a loser.
Just like you, crying and bitching in front of your camera about other men crying in front of the camera like a loser. But guess who's giving those same losers attention and relevance? Oh, relevance, my favorite word. So by that same logic, by you doing the exact same shit while crying and bitching about other men doing it, that makes you the biggest loser. And what has Uncle JD been saying? Who goes around crying and bitching about people they look at as losers? People, retarded fucks who are losers their own damn self. And I doubt this fool is in the 20%. In fact, I doubt this dude even has a woman at all. Oh, that's right. Last time I checked, these females don't want these ass kissers either. This is the reason why they try so hard to kiss these females' asses. This is the reason why they want to be male feminists. Go around kissing these females' asses and they asses ain't getting picked up their own damn selves. But let's continue.
You gotta be. These guys don't know what they're doing when they're talking to women, guys. This is the problem. When you're talking to women, you got to understand women, and you got to know when you say a certain shit, you sound a certain way. That's why I'm making these videos right like this one, so I can tell these guys like, hey, look.
We don't need your retarded fuck ass to tell us how to get women. And if you're gonna, and speaking of which, on the MGTOW side, some of us had our dealings with women. In fact, some of us, myself included, are fathers. And if we are fathers, then that means we had our interaction with women. And some of us we have female associates and what may have you, and we still getting our dick wet. So on the MGTOW side, you can't say shit to us about how to get women and all this type of stuff, especially when we had our dealings with women. Some of us still have our dealings with women, just not through relationships or marriages. But guess what? At least we still fuck women. Can this male feminist say the same shit? And I'm done because I'm losing brain cells. And the irony of all, he calls himself Go Hard or Go Home. Well, what can I say? I say what I have to say. I'm done. I'm done showing this male feminist just how hard I can go. And I'm out this bitch. Later.